gentlemen, how's it going? I hope you guys are having a good day. I am just washing my clothes in the laundrette, which is something that I love to do. Always very humbling. I'm getting a coffee, relaxing, and doing a bit of reflecting on things that I'm learning by coaching my clients on social anxiety. Something that I learned today that I want to start off, and I want to touch on two things, right? You guys can practice this, and believe me, I've seen every client that I've worked with struggle with this, and I've helped them to straighten it out, and I've struggled, we've all struggled with it. And it's basically, when you're talking to people, making sure that you're being friendly and that you're being kind, and that you are treating them the way that you'd want to be treated. And it's so easy to forget that and underlook that, even though most of us have been brought up, with good values by our parents, and we're good people. But just being, in big cities can get stressful, and sometimes you can fall into, bad habits of being moody and not that friendly with people. So I've noticed, even from my day-to-day interactions with shopkeepers, with waiters, just with people, that you're going into businesses and you're buying things from in shops and etc. That most of the time, if you're friendly and positive, right from the start, right off the bat, people will be friendly to you, even if they're kind of having a bad day or they're not in a great mood, because people appreciate it. 1 second. So that's the first thing, and that's actually how you build confidence with people. People forget that a lot of times. It happens to me sometimes, where you think of confidence and you think of money, success, and cars and houses and things like that. But that might be some measure of confidence is taken to achieve those things. But character goes a lot further, and that's got nothing to do with money and material things. It's you as a human being. It's how you choose to behave on a day-to-day basis. So it requires strength. It doesn't require subscribers and followers and likes on social media. It's irrespective of that. It requires something a lot stronger, a lot more meaningful. So that's the first way that you can build confidence with people. Back to what I was saying with the 1 year program, whether you do the program with me, which is great, it's still fantastic if you choose not to do it with me, you choose to do it on your own. So the idea is, my bigger goal on this channel, I've got many goals of helping people. I mean, my main goal is always to help my clients to overcome fears, anxieties, social phobias, and to gain confidence and build better relationships. But my larger goal is to get more of you to commit to 1 year of facing your social anxiety, so you can transform your life, because it really does work amazingly. I mean, it worked for me. It's working for my clients on the 1 year program. And I think I said this on one of my previous videos. This principle, like, basically, if you spend a year working with social anxiety, it's going to change your life. Then you're going to learn the template on how to build success in any area of life. Does that make sense? So, being honest with people, making an effort to be positive, to be friendly, even on days where you don't feel like it. If you keep doing that, you'll actually start becoming a happy person. You'll become more social, and you'll really experience the value that you've got when you see the way that you make people feel. So, as I said before, you don't need loads of money, you don't need fancy cars and watches and clothes and followers on Instagram. I mean, to a certain degree, if you're a good person, there's nothing wrong with achieving those things. Nothing wrong at all, in my opinion, as long as you don't lose track of who you are, and you don't treat people any differently. You're still a good person, and you don't think that you're above anybody, but you also know that you can achieve anything. It's that nice, healthy balance. So is, you'll get confidence faster, social confidence. You'll also overcome your anxiety a lot quicker if you make a conscious effort, and it is a conscious effort, as I said, it's not just, you know, unfortunately in the culture that we're living in and human nature, it's not a given that people are just friendly. You know, usually people need a reason. So it's a habit that you've got to work on, unless you're naturally like that. And there are some people that are like that. It's very few people that are just naturally, they're just friendly, they're just kind to people for no reason. There's no hidden agenda. They're just kind and they're just nice. And my nan was one of those people I've met in my life, but it's not many people that I've met, I have to be honest. But the good thing is, with the world that we're kind of in, you can work at becoming that person by building that habit. So that's going to help you, it's going to help everyone around you to have better social skills. So, you know, getting over social anxiety and becoming more confident is about your social skills, the way that you treat people, the way that you communicate with people. And as I said, you could simplify it, you could really boil it down to 2 words. Whichever word works best for you is to be friendly with people consistently, or another word which is kind of the same is to be kind as consistent as possible, and that really does lift you up and it builds you up. I just read a good post on Instagram, I think it's from Jim Rohn, it was from Jim Rohn, he posted up some really great stuff, and he said, you know, anything that you build in your life, any success will also build you, and I really understand that. So if you build other people up just by being courteous and having good manners and then being respectful, it's also going to build you up. And I see a lot of people come unstuck in life, men and women, that I've, you know, met in the course of the duration of my life, where they're not winning in life, they're not successful because they've got weak characters, they're miserable, they're always moaning, they're always being nasty, they're always talking bad about people, they've never got anything good to say about anybody. And the reason is because they feel so bad about themselves, they've got low self-esteem. So to change your relationship with yourself and your confidence, you can't do that. It's almost impossible to fully do that without treating people the way that you want to be treated. Another good exercise that you can do for improving relationships, conquering social anxiety, building social confidence, and succeeding in life is every time you're in a situation where it requires you're going to speak to someone, if you're going to a business or you're around your family and friends, whatever situation it may be, it doesn't have to be specific. You can ask yourself the question, did I treat them well? Was I positive? You know, would I have liked them to treat me the way that I treated them? And that will give you the answer. And sometimes it does play on your conscience, but it will help you to be better. And these are exercises that I practice. When I came in here today, I did it, and I was excited about, you know, even before the waitress asked me, you know, what would I like? I already was polite to her, I already made her day, you know, just by being friendly, kind of. And listen, I'm gonna be straight. I'm not into fake it till you make it. I don't believe in that garbage. You don't need to fake being a good person. You can just start right now. No one needs to. If you have to do that, then it's not genuine, you know. And people are not stupid, and neither am I, neither are you. You can tell when someone is not being sincere. So the quickest way to build confidence, get over social anxiety, improve your relationships, win in life, succeed, is to be sincere when you talk to people. So she was really friendly back to me. Next waitress came over, made sure that I get my coffee. I was friendly to her. You can see people are taken back by it. They're shocked because, like a lady said to me last week when I was here, she was really nice. This French woman said to me, "Oh, you're in a French accent. I can't do it." But she said, "You're very empathetic." And I said, "Did you say I'm empathetic?" And she said, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, it's because you are as well, you know." She really appreciated that, and I appreciated her being empathetic to me. And she said, "Not everybody's empathetic, you know, when you're working in a job." And so people really do appreciate it. And I went away feeling good because I made someone else feel good. So it really does build your character. Another example, I went into the shop today. You know, where is it? The government were giving out these extra help for electricity because obviously the inflation, they've taken a lot of money off us, all of us. So we got like they gave like £400 back to help on the electric, which I appreciated, even though they, you know, inflation's taken a lot. Anyway, so when I went to the shop today to claim the voucher, there was a gentleman in there, and instead of just, you know, giving him the voucher and just taking it and going by, I had a chat with the man, and the man ended up having a full-blown conversation with me. I could see he really appreciated it. And you can tell when you've made a good impact on people, because they start asking you questions like, what do you do? Where are you from? They get curious, they get interested in you, they kind of start to care. And it's a great feeling, and a lot, that's success. I'm going to make more videos on this. I should have done this before on the channel, and the reason I didn't do it because I had to grow myself and mature and realise the value of having a better character in life and treating people better. And, you know, I was taught these things growing up, which I'm thankful for my mum and dad and my grandma, my aunties and my family, and my friends as well. You know, my friends growing up, their parents. But, you know, sometimes you forget these things. So, yeah, you know, I got into a chat with a gentleman, and it made me it made me appreciate how far I've come. I can appreciate how far you guys have come, my clients, because if you guys know my story, where are we now? We're in 2023, okay, I'm 39 now. Let's go back around 14 years ago. I couldn't leave the house, I couldn't come out of my house, I couldn't look people in the eye, I couldn't talk to them, certainly couldn't be doing a live stream in a hotel like this, couldn't speak to shopkeepers. I was so nervous, I was so insecure, so embarrassed. So having the conversation with the gentleman, say with the shopkeeper, made me feel so good about how far I've come, and being grateful for the times where I used to struggle, I couldn't do that. That builds your confidence as well, having gratitude. And I get all my clients to do this. I mean, I naturally do it where when we're working on building confidence, achieving goals, if it's improving their business or their relationships, I say, look, I know that you might be stressed right now because disappointed or you're not getting to the next goal that you want to achieve, which we will do. Think about how far you've come already. And when they do that and they really stop, sometimes it takes 30 minutes or an hour where we've got to sit down and have a coffee, and I've really got to remind them of where they used to be and where they are now, and they really appreciate the confidence, the improvement. So yeah, the moral of the story is the way that you build confidence for speaking to people is to treat people well, have good manners, be yourself, be kind, be friendly, you know, make time for people, care about people, listen to them when you talk to them. Don't just talk about yourself. It's all about getting the balance right and learning to be, you know, what is appropriate in a situation. Generally, people don't like it if you talk about yourself in a braggadocious way or too much. But if they ask you, if someone says, oh, what do you do for a living, then you can tell them what you do. That's not bragging. But it's important to, you know, be conscious that, okay, if you're asking me what I do, which is great, and I tell you, okay, I run a business, I'm a confidence coach, I help men to build confidence and success in life, that's great, but I don't want to overrun and, you know, now I want to ask you and say, what do you do? You know, you want to have that balance. Yeah, that definitely helps as well. No fat will help, but as I said before, you can't just rely on no fat. As you said, it does help, it is important, but like I've said, you still need to go out and you still need to practice facing the fear and, you know, socializing. But you are right, no fat helps improving your addictions, the gym, so you are right. So where was I? So hold on a second. So confidence. Oh yeah, so you know, with the social skills, people like it when you just take the time out. And you know, look, it's not always what you say, it's how you say it. And if you're kind and you just say to someone, look, how's your day going, and you really mean it, they really feel it and they really appreciate it. And then, you know, then people trust you more and they want to talk to you more. So you can do that wherever you are. What I've also noticed is, from experience, is that your existing relationships with your family, for example, let's say your family and your friends, when you're working on your confidence and you're being a better person and you're being more social and you're, you know, being kind to people, they pick up on it, they notice it, and they will treat you better as well. So these ethics, these values, they don't just work on strangers or people that you've never met before, like someone in a business or a waiter, or when you're buying your coffee in the coffee shop or in the gym, or if you go to a job interview or a first date. These work with everybody, and just ask yourself right now, does this work? How do you feel when someone treats you well, especially when they don't have to? I'm sure you feel great, and then you want to reciprocate. So being a better person and being the bigger man, or being the better woman or the better human being, is you go first, you make the effort, because sometimes that's what people do wrong. They're waiting for people to be nice to them or to say hello. And, you know, having courage is sometimes you got to make that leap of faith. And I also practice that myself when I go into different places. I, you know, instead of just sitting quiet, which like I used to, and a lot of people do when they're battling with social anxiety, I make the effort to say, how's your day been today? How are you? Or, you know, good manners. Good manners go a long way, believe me. You know, yes please, thank you, how are you? I mean, these things are so simple. And I remember when I was young, I don't know if you guys will relate to this, hopefully you do, if you don't, never mind. One of the first things I remember being taught by my mum and dad, and my grandma, and my aunties and uncles, one of the first things I remember being taught is, say yes please. When someone gives you food, say thank you. If there's an old lady coming in, hold the door for her, or a woman with children, or a family, or anybody. These basic, fundamental people skills are life-changing, and they're still really relevant today. I'd say they're more relevant today than they were 20, 30 years ago, because we're kind of living in a world which is pretty disconnected, depending on the individual. But generally, with the internet and the machines, so people are even more taken back when you've got good manners and you say yes please, thank you, how was your day, how are you? Man, you can build a whole business on these values. You know, a lot of the clients that I work with, I say all the clients really appreciate the values that I teach on all my coaching programs, and most of the time these values are values that my clients have already got. I just remind them to keep practicing these good values. So values will give you confidence, you know, communication. And I've already started from today, but I'm going to teach more on this channel about the advanced stages of conquering social anxiety and building confidence, because I've gone into a lot over the years of the mindset, of the actual courage part, which is really important, you know, throwing yourself in, going to public speaking classes, communicating with your family, getting help if you need help, coming to events. These things are really important. But now I'm going to start delving into the communication side, like, you know, how to talk, how to communicate, but at the same time, how to be yourself, which is so important, you know, so important in life. Yeah, I noticed that today when I go into businesses and places in London, I can sometimes sense that, which is sad in a way, that people sort of expect you to not be friendly with them because they're kind of experiencing that all day, or a lot if they're working in a business. And I've been through that. We've all experienced it. It's not a nice feeling. I've worked in jobs where, you know, people just sort of dismiss you, and they're not very friendly, and it doesn't make you feel good. But you've also been the case where, you know, where you are being acknowledged and treated well, and that feels really good. But yeah, you know, the change starts with the individual. You've got to take responsibility, and you've got to stop the whole victim culture and blaming, and say, well, look, if everybody else is going to be negative and unfriendly, then I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to make an effort to be an individual and to be friendly despite maybe, you know, the area that I'm living in, people are not being friendly, and that's how you break out and be successful. So yeah, just to sort of backtrack on, just to give you guys an update. So I've been doing these live streams recently. This might be the third or fourth, and basically what my goal is on these live streams is I want to get as many people who are primarily also at the early stages of social anxiety, really struggling, leaving the house is difficult, just being around anybody's difficult for them. I want to get them to change their mindset and to commit to facing their social anxiety for 1 year. That's my goal, to get as many people as I can to do that. I've got other goals on this channel. I said to my client yesterday, who invested another 10k in another 1 year program because he's getting so much value. I said to him, one of my goals on my channel and my business is I want to help more of these great people to earn more money, being a good person, because, you know, I had many struggles growing up with money, and I always thought when I start making money, I'm going to help other people, because I know what it's like to struggle and not have much money, and it's not nice for the most part. It's not the end of the world, but it ain't nice. It's a nice feeling to earn more money and to still be a good person, you know, and still be kind and live a better life. So that's one of my goals, but that's going to be in more videos, more programs, and you guys will learn more about that. And I'll do that on my business coaching. So yeah, the live streams at the moment is really dedicated to, it's not for everyone, it's for people that really want to break out of, you know, definitely where I used to be 14 years ago, where you're literally, social anxiety is literally, is stopping you from enjoying your day-to-day life. Forget about even building a big successful business, or falling in love, which is great, or losing weight. Like, normal daily living is a struggle when you're in that place. So I want to help those specific people to break out of that and to have some peace of mind in their life and some happiness and confidence. So first of all, I've got to help them to change their mindset and their heart set, and to make that commitment to 1 year. And obviously the 1 year is a big goal, and you break it down into small increments. So ideally, let's just say in an ideal world, right, how it would look like for me to successfully do that today in the weeks ahead. So for a person, you might be that person right now. If you've got bad social anxiety, I would love to get you to a place where you've got a gym membership, you're going to the gym regularly, you know, at least 2 times a week. You are at least once a month seeing your family and having a good time communicating with them. That would be great, to get you to socialize with family more, or communicate better with them, and get you to the gym. The other option would be, if you're already employed, that would be great. But to get you employed, one of my previous clients who did my weekend program, he'd done 2 weekend programs. From the first weekend program, he didn't have a job, and he got a job. He got employed. On the program, I was coaching him, and I took him to, we went to Cafe Royale to sit and have a break and have a coffee, go over things we learned on the coaching. And he took the initiative to ask the waitress, is there any jobs here? And they're like, yeah, we're employing, give us your CV. So he didn't end up getting a job at that particular place, but he ended up getting a job in a building close by, lovely place. So he got employed. And that, you know, that made me feel really good that we were able to achieve that, and I could help him to do it. Now, he's not going to stay in the job forever, because he's got a bigger vision, and he wants to do a career in engineering, but he's happy. It's a good start now. So he's already goes to the gym. He's already I've been helping him, and he's already started to shift some of his negative beliefs about himself and how people view him. And he's starting to communicate better at work, with his family, with his sister. Amazing. So more changes like that would be great. And I did speak to him and say to him, look, think about committing to a longer term program with me, but if you don't do it with me, I want you to succeed, and I'll help you. and he understands now. He understands the value of. He said he's got to commit to this to 1 year. You know, he's 27 years of age, and he said he doesn't want to be 30 and still have social anxiety and be held back in life. He wants to be where he wants to be with his goals. And I said to him, he can do it 100%. He's got the ability. With the progress that he made in our quite short time that we worked together, he can do it. So that's my goal. In you know, however long that's going to take, I'm patient. So yeah, it's a mindset. It's a mindset from, you know, being impatient, wanting quick fixes, to actually saying, you know, I'm going to put a year into this. And I'll ask you the question now, and some of you will watch the stream later on. I appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate the support. Imagine how confident you would be if you practiced socializing more with family, friends, people from day-to-day life, all their areas of life. If you did that for 1 year consistently, you'd be a different person. Imagine how, let's say for example, imagine what your finances would look like if you worked on improving them for 1 year. You started a business and you started to create value for people, or you just improved your social skills and furthered your career. Imagine how fit you'd be if you went to the gym for 1 year consistently. Imagine what your body would look like and how you'd feel. So if you take that philosophy that I teach my clients with regards to getting over social anxiety, building confidence, achieving goals, and living the best life they can possibly live, you'd be successful in any area. A small example is, just try it in your life. Do something for 1 year consistently without taking big breaks. I'm not saying that you can't take a day here and there to rest. Of course, that's important. But generally, stick to something for 1 year, and you will not only will you get great results, you will change as a person. You'll become a stronger person. You become a better person. I've got a friend, right? He runs a boxing channel from America. If you guys are into boxing, you can check him out. It's called True School Sports. They're brilliant. And I'm telling you, man, I see BT, Brendan, him and his dad, I've seen them working their arse off, and their channel has grown so much. When I first discovered his channel, guys, it was early 2020 when we were in the lockdown, and he had 25,000 subscribers. Now his channel is on 52,000 subscribers. He's doubled the channel. Not just the subscribers, but the impact. You know, he's interviewing all the famous boxers, doing some great journalism in boxing, and because he's applied, you know, the mindset, the one even more than 1 year. He's just been putting out content every single day, not one video, a multitude of videos, live streams, videos. He's traveling the world. He's traveled to Japan from America to give value to his audience. That's success, that's dedication right there. So look at the examples of positive people and try and not copy them, but let a bit of their character rub off onto you. We can all help one another. So, you know, that's an example of the mindset and the heart set. It takes guts. Anyone can do it. You know, one of my mentors, Les Brown's the same. Still at it. In his late 70s, still changing lives, still doing talks, still helping people, still making money, still making an impact, still there, still showing up. So that's the main lesson today, guys. I'm going to keep this short and sharp, keep it about 30 minutes. I'll probably do another one later on. I've got to pick my clothes up from the washing. So just to end off on final thoughts on, subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying it, and how to be more confident when you speak to people. Be honest, be respectful, ask yourself, am I treating this person the way that I would hope for them to treat me? If the answer is no, forgive yourself, change and treat them better. Secondly, be yourself and try and be someone else, be who you're meant to be. And thirdly, be patient and commit long term. Make a 1 year commitment to practice going out and being social in your life with everybody, family, friends, your partner. If you don't have a partner, look for a partner. If you're in your business, if you're at uni, if you're at work, the people around you, when you're going into a coffee shop, when you're going into business, when you're doing your grocery shopping, whoever's serving you, good manners, and your confidence will start. You'll notice it. At first it might feel difficult. Good to see you as well, man. I like your thumbnail. I like the picture of your channel. I always notice that. How are you doing, man? You alright? So apply that. Like I've said before, if you guys are not doing it, exercise regularly. Socializing and exercising, it's just a no-brainer. It definitely gives you more confidence, especially when talking to people. And as I said, a couple of social skills tips. When you're talking to people, try not to be selfish in a conversation and always talk about yourself. Ask the person, be sincere, how are you doing? What are you doing? Ask them, they'll tell you. Just give people a bit of time. Be interested in them and refrain from always feeling that you need to prove yourself and talk about yourself. Let them ask you. Like I said, basic social skills. If I say, hey Jax, how's your day going, mate? What have you been up to? I'm interested in you, I let you tell me about your day and how's it going. And when you finish doing that, I might ask you a bit more about your day. And then if you say to me, if you reciprocate and say, how's your day going, Jonathan? Then I'll tell you. So it's back and forward. It's being kind. It's not like just taking from people and you're not giving anything back. You're not giving your kindness. So make sure, there's not an exact measurement, but you can feel it. Make sure, always try and give more. If you give more than what you're getting, you're going to multiply. You're welcome. Why are you sweating? Is it hot where you are? I love these emojis. But yeah, guys, that will be it for today, right? I'm going to simplify the lesson. I know you guys are smart. You would, in exchange. I appreciate that. I'll speak to you guys soon. I've got loads of videos that I'm going to be uploading, and good news, I invested yesterday in Amazon. I bought this new lens I'm excited to use. It's called the pancake lens for the Canon. It's been out for a long time, but it's new for me, and I'm looking forward to seeing what sort of imagery I get on the videos. It's positive. That's good. It's good to hear. Great. So I'm looking forward to making higher quality videos with the Canon lens, and I might be on later on, guys. Let me see if I can get some time in. All right, appreciate it, guys. Have a wonderful day.